Why you can't stop analyzing human behavior, the student of nature. Welcome to my channel, Habit Compass. So, let's just dive right into this. If you clicked on this video, chances are you already know there's a really distinct difference between just, existing in the world and constantly observing it. Today, we're unpacking a fascinating piece of research from The Architecture of Human Observation. It looks at what it actually means to be a master analyst of the people around you.
Do you just have conversations, or do you deconstruct them? Think about your daily interactions for a second. When someone says good morning in a slightly different tone, or maybe a coworker pauses just a second too long before answering a really simple question, do you just let that slide by, or does your brain immediately start pulling the moment apart? If you're the kind of person who leaves a casual chat feeling like you just solved a puzzle, or maybe you just found a completely new one, well, you're exactly what the literature calls a natural-born psychologist.
Section 1. The Natural-Born Psychologist.
Okay, so think about a normal, surface-level conversation. Someone speaks, the other person listens, they reply, and they move on, right? It's taken at face value. But for the natural-born psychologist, it is a multi-layered cognitive event happening in real time. This is the analyst's deconstruction. While that surface conversation is happening, your brain is simultaneously running this massive background program. You're analyzing body language, word choice, the historical context. You aren't just hearing the words, you're literally analyzing the architecture of the interaction itself.
Section 2. The Mechanics of Compulsive Analysis.
First things first, we need to give this daily experience a formal name, and that is compulsive analysis. It's defined as the deeply ingrained habit of constantly evaluating human behavior and underlying motives. And notice the word compulsive here. It's not something you can just turn on and off whenever you feel like it. It's an automatic reflex. Your brain is essentially wired to evaluate, to look beneath the floorboards of every single interaction just to find those hidden motives.
Imagine two figures talking. Inside your mind, an execution plan instantly kicks in. Step 1. The conversation happens and you listen to the surface-level talk. But immediately Step 2 triggers. A mental movie strip replays the interaction right behind the speakers, literally frame by frame. Then comes Step 3. You mentally attach this giant Y sign over almost every single sentence the other person says. Moving to Step 4, you draw an invisible line connecting their current action to a hidden underlying meaning. And finally, Step 5, you anticipate their next move. And the wild part? All of this happens in the span of just a few seconds.
So why is that movie strip playing in your head? Why attach those Y signs and constantly connect all these hidden meanings? Well, the ultimate goal of this compulsive analysis is predicting responses. By mapping out their behavior and those hidden motives we just talked about, your brain is actually trying to stay one step ahead of the entire interaction. It's mapping out the trajectory of the relationship before the other person even knows where they're going.
Section 3. The Childhood Origins of Observation.
We've covered the what and how of your analytical mind, but where does this intense need to observe actually come from? Well, for a lot of natural-born psychologists, this trait was forged in a really chaotic or unpredictable childhood environment. When you grow up in those kinds of spaces, you just can't afford to take things at face value. There is this absolute pressing need to understand that chaotic behavior, just to navigate your daily life safely. Developing this intense level of observation, it wasn't some fun hobby. It was a necessary survival mechanism. You literally had to become an expert student of human nature just to read the room, anticipate the moods of the adults around you, and adapt accordingly.
And all of that transforms you into what the research calls a student of nature. If you're watching this video and seeing yourself in this, please remember this: your intense observation skills are absolutely not a flaw. They were a brilliant, completely necessary adaptation to your early environment. It kept you aware and it kept you secure. That survival mechanism successfully turned you into a lifelong student of nature, capable of incredibly deep empathy and a real understanding of the human condition.
Your analytical mind kept you safe in the unpredictable past. But how is it serving your present? That's the real question. This ability to deconstruct and predict, it's a remarkably powerful tool. Now that you're out of the chaos, you actually have a choice in how to use that brilliant analytical machinery in your adult relationships. Think about how you can use it to foster real connection, rather than just using it for protection. If you learned something new, subscribe to the channel for building habits through navigating compass.